everyone, welcome back. You're still with us on the C Morning Show. It's almost 7:15 in the AM and time for our first discussion of our morning. Now, the voice produced by our larynxes is essential for everyday life since we use it constantly every day to communicate and interact with others. In fact, our voices play a key role in connecting people. However, there's a condition called functional dysphonia that affects the vocal cords in the larynx, and it's important to take care of our vocal health in order to avoid this disorder.
Especially
I did not know
in
this.
our career, right?
Yeah,
like we have
need
to
our
be here
voices.
early in the morning. We wake up about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And, we have to use our voices early in the morning until we, rest and sleep at 8, 9, 10. So we've used almost all of our hours in a day.
I went to sleep at 7 last night.
You had a good sleep then. That's
I did.
That's why your
My
voice is very
good
powerful today.
Correct.
Now that's why functional dysphonia can disrupt daily activities by reducing the amount of sound the larynx produces, making it harder to communicate. This is why we need to be mindful of our vocal cords and aware of this condition in our day-to-day life.
Now, this is fairly new to Caroline and myself, and to
Yes.
help us and hopefully you understand functional dysphonia and how to treat it, we're joined today by Otolaryngologist Dr. Anggina Diksita. I hope I didn't screw that up.
That was very mindful, but you did it well, right, Doctor?
I tried my best, Doc. But we'll call you Doc for this morning. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
All
Oh,
right.
we love your voice. It's a healthy voice. That's the sound of a healthy voice.
Yeah, she does not have functional dysphonia.
That's right. Now, Doc, can you please do explain with us for some of us that's not aware of the dysphonia or functional dysphonia, what is it all about? What is this?
Yeah, actually, dysphonia is functional dysphonia is poor voice quality without any anatomical, neurological, or other organic difficulties affecting the larynx or vocal box.
Okay.
So it calls the functional dysphonia.
Yes.
But we know that dysphonia itself causes by can we divide it to two things? So functional dysphonia and organic dysphonia.
Okay.
So you have to know which one
Right.
is yours.
Okay.
Is it the functional or the organic? Because it's so different in treatment.
What's the difference between them both, Doc?
The functional it causes the hoarseness, but without any abnormalities in anatomical or neurological.
Okay.
When you say no abnormalities in neurological, you mean there's no other things wrong that are around it except for just that particular problem?
Yes.
Okay.
So without any abnormalities in anatomical, it means like structural. So
Right.
the vocal cord or the larynx, it's nothing.
It's perfectly normal.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
And the neurological, it because of maybe you know that some patient with stroke.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
some patient with stroke have an abnormalities in neurological sign, right? And one of the sign is dysphonia.
I see.
So we have to know first which one the cause.
Okay, so that's functional dysphonia.
Yes.
What is, or did you say organic was the other one?
Yes.
What's organic?
Organic, it means that some abnormalities
There is
in
abnormalities.
structural
One of
or-
those,
yes.
or any. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a lot about the symptoms that might indicate. You mentioned the hoarseness or the coarseness of a voice.
Yes.
Is that an indication, or is that just perhaps one of the many symptoms that one could have if they have functional dysphonia?
Yeah, actually there's a lot of symptoms of
Okay.
dysphonia.
What are
One
they?
of is hoarseness,
Okay.
and then breathy voice, and then like cough or rough voice,
Okay.
instability in voice. It makes one of sign of the.
Well, sometimes that happens to me, Doc, especially like you were saying if I had a lack of sleep. And sometimes my tonsils,
Yes.
they like to, it's
Inflammation.
always every month, Doc.
Because of that, you have to see me first, actually.
Yes, I will.
Is that another sign?
Yes, but because of the tonsil, it means that something abnormalities in structure, right?
Right. Could be organic.
It calls the, wow.
I'm holding up, because I'm afraid of the surgery, but I do think I need it because it constantly happens every month.
Yeah.
So you do, you've never had your tonsils removed?
No,
I guess, at a
so
young-
it's
I've
like
never
me.
had mine removed either, but it's never really caused me problems.
Yeah, because before my parents were saying that actually the tonsils is the one that prevents the bacteria coming into your
Yeah.
system.
Correct.
Yes.
But for mine, some doctors would say say, well, you inflammate all the time, so that doesn't really help you.
It's actually
giving
making
you
it problems.
a lot of, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we have one, should we be concerned about functional dysphonia if we have one, or should we be looking out for one or more of these symptoms in order for us to, hey, maybe I should get myself checked out?
Okay.
Because, for example, coarseness, roughness of voice, that happens to me sometimes when I don't get enough sleep at night, but it usually goes away throughout the day, like halfway through the day, it's gone.
Okay, so it means, you have to see the ENT or otolaryngologist if the hoarseness is persistent, like more than 1 to 2 weeks.
1 to 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
If 1 week and it's getting better,
Yes.
it means it's just like you need to focal rest.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
Okay, I
because
find that.
some cases, it's the dysphonia functional. It's happened because of the overuse of the vocal
I see.
cord.
Yes, and
Okay.
usually there's a lot of us that is doing,
Yeah.
overuse our voices. Sometimes we just need to like lay low.
Yeah, like we have a 3-day event. I'm gonna sound hoarse the next day,
That's
but
right.
usually 1 day at most.
Yes.
I'm okay after
Can
that.
you overuse your vocal cords? I
Yes,
mean,
of
because
course.
as a singer, someone that works probably in our industry would have that.
Yes, yes, of course. Because of that, we divide it into like ethical performance and professional. That it's some people that have to use the vocal frequently.
That's right.
Yeah, it can make overuse.
All right. And Doc, with functional dysphonia itself can also affect other body or other parts of your body?
You mean like because of the
because of the
dysphonia, it
symptoms
means
and-
something?
yes.
No, it's just a functional dysphonia. It's different with the organic dysphonia.
Oh, okay.
So what happens when we have functional dysphonia and we don't take care
Treat
of
it.
it? Like, can it get worse, and what's the worst that could happen?
Yes, of course, because the persistence of functional dysphonia, it can make the anatomical abnormalities,
Okay.
like vocal nodule. Maybe you have heard. So there's something like tumor in your vocal cord.
Oh wow.
We call it nodule.
Okay.
Nodule, it's like tumor, like mass in the vocal cord.
Yeah.
But if you have a good treatment, it can heal.
Okay.
Okay.
But if you just
Let
Not
it.
treat
let
it,
it,
yeah.
not treat it, and it will get persistent, and you need the surgery.
Okay. Tumors can kill you, correct?
Tumors, of course.
So it can get that. That's the worst case scenario.
If it becomes cancer,
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
if it's benign tumor,
Yes.
no kill.
Okay.
Okay, so that could happen to the extreme.
Yes.
Because some people would say, probably this is just my voice. This, I'm not feeling well. I got a little bit of sore throat. I don't think I need to go to the
What did you
doctor.
say? What was the solution? Drink lemon
Drink
water.
warm
No.
water with let's spritz of lemon. That's not no.
A myth.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Okay. Yes.
The
What's
sweet,
fact and
what's
myth?
the sweet soya sauce? They say.
Oh yeah, the
Sweet soy
Indonesian
sauce,
one.
lemon.
Yeah.
And then with the lime.
With the lime and
Yes.
then drink that. Yeah.
No,
that's
about that,
all.
Doc?
no.
Okay,
Trust
good.
me, it can make your gastric acid reflux to
Oh.
your larynx, and it can make it worse.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's say we're
Who came up with that? I'm wondering too, right? Who came up with that?
Man, I'm 40 years old. I've been doing that for the
I
past
know, I
40
know,
years.
I know.
Sorry, Doc. But again, if people wants it to be treated, what can they do like for the first aid, for the first thing that they have to do at
Yes.
home if they already have like functional dysphonia?
Focal rest,
Okay.
the first one. And the second one is hydrating.
Okay.
Okay, drink
Yes,
water.
you drink water. It kind of the first thing that you can do, and it can, if you do it, vocal rest and the hydrating, it can make healing, and it can make your vocal cord rest,
Yeah.
and it make it better.
When you say vocal rest, do you mean sleep or do you mean not speaking?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yes, you have to have a good quality in sleeping, and you have to slow down
Yes.
and make no voice. Like for 1 week, just reduce it.
Okay. Now, Doc, what can you do to make your, to have functional dysphonia? I mean, in regards to when people overuse their vocal cords, let's say, like, what could happen? By my meaning, what other things that you can do other than like talking a lot, putting out your voices a lot? What other, things
Causes.
that causes?
That's causes. Okay, the causes of the functional dysphonia, most of them is like viral and stress.
Yeah. Okay.
Stress.
is one
Oh,
of them.
there's
Yes,
okay.
because the most of the case of the dysphonia functional, it's like vocal abuse,
Okay.
and the second one is psychological.
Oh.
So like anxiety, depressed,
Yes.
It can cause the dysphonia functional.
What about food intake, doc?
Food intake is usually it can make the inflammation,
Okay.
especially with the people with the tonsil.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and it can cause the inflammation. It makes the organic dysphonia.
Oh, okay.
For the functional dysphonia, usually it's because of the overuse or the psychological.
So then, in turn, if we reverse that, your previous answer, in order for one to prevent functional dysphonia, we would try to to avoid stressful situations,
Yes.
try not to overuse our vocal cords and things of that sort.
Yes.
Okay, so this seems quite easier said than done about the stress thing, but yeah, we always try to reduce stress in our lives.
And that's right. And you know what? Some people like me, we usually use this kind of traditional outweigh, like,
Yeah.
you know, the warm water and lemon. I'm used to that. But I know deep inside of me that I do need to see a doctor very soon
Yeah.
because, you know, I have been having this for this past life that I have for 40 years. It's always been like that.
Yeah, and I've always find that there's a correlation because whenever we overuse our vocal cords and our voice starts to disappear, it always comes back when you get to sleep. So we know
Yes.
that there's resting your vocal cord and your body. There's a correlation. Now, our one of our team told us this kind of strange story about there's a singer I don't know the name, and actually had functional dysphonia and actually eventually lost her life due to it. Can you explain to us that whole situation, how that happened?
I know that case from Japan.
Okay, yes.
It's true that she has a history of functional dysphonia because he likes to sing.
You're right.
Okay.
So she is one of singers. She likes to sing. She likes
uses
to
her
use
vocal
the
cords a lot. Okay.
But it's not the cause of that.
The functional dysphonia itself is not the cause of that.
Yes.
Okay. What was it? Do you remember?
Maybe I cannot talk about the cause
what
of
the
that
actual
because
cause
it's a privacy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But she has another thing
Okay.
that make her loss of.
So it was not definitely not the cause, direct nor indirect
No.
because of that. Okay.
No.
All right.
So now we can't treat this lightly, of course, because sometimes when
Absolutely.
people think after once you wake up, the first thing that you come in mind, you would say good morning,
Yeah.
right? You would say your prayers and whatnot, and then you have to understand this is something that you should be blessed for and take care of it.
Indeed. And if somebody does not take care of it, can functional dysphonia cause a loss of your, like a permanent damage of your vocal cords?
Yes, of
For
course.
life, for life.
Yes. Because of that, sometimes some people need to do surgery. Because of that, I told you before
Right.
that if in 1 week it's not healed, you have to see the doctor.
Okay. There you go.
And
Hey,
you'll
don't
probably
wait that long.
That's right. And you'll probably have a very different voice, and it's not gonna sound to be like you.
That's
My
right.
voice, my mouth is tongue, right there.
Okay.
Tongue.
Well, so if you do have any sort of these problems, go and see an Otolaryngologist, correct?
Yes.
There you go. I got it right
Thank
the second
you.
time.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much,
much,
Doc, for
Doctor.
being here.
You're
I really do
welcome.
appreciate it.
All right, so there you go. It's our first talk show of the day where we get our health, not only intake, but also something that could prevent something that is very crucial in your life. Now we're set for another commercial break. When we return, we'll have you the world headlines right here on the C Morning Show only on C Today.